Hi again. This is another day that the Lord has made, and more reasons to rejoice. So I hope you're buckled up for another verse of Philippians chapter 4. I'm sitting down for, I think, the first one of these. Kind of comfortable. Should have been doing this the whole time. Verse 5 of chapter 4. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. This is one of the shortest chunks that we have in this entire study, but every word is rich. It's just dense with important applications for our lives. The first is that word gentleness, coming right on the heels of Paul saying, "Rejoice in the Lord." Always rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. Be gentle. This just sounds like we're going one way, and now all of a sudden we're talking about doing something different. If somebody is joyful and rejoicing, usually they're jumping on people, they're giving high fives. On a football team, they slap the guy's head really hard. On a helmet, if they're rejoicing, it doesn't seem like a gentle characteristic, joy. But I don't think that gentleness maybe captures what that word is saying. I've looked high and low and researched it, and it has a rich background to it. Yeah, there's some gentleness involved, but usually it's in old Greek writings, it's talking about someone who has power, but chooses not to use it, or chooses to just be nice to someone who's a king or a sovereign ruler, but decides to be generous or nice with someone. Another translation I saw, or paraphrase of it, said, "Make it clear to people that you are on their side. You're not against them." And that is a very Christian attitude, and it shows up in gentleness. What does it actually look like? Well, you're nicer to people. You're not as hard on them. You're clear about what you teach, of course, but you're loving toward them. So if you're rejoicing that you know that your name is written in the book of life and that heaven is waiting for you, and this passage says, let your gentleness be evident to all. You're not just nice to other people who already know this. You're not just kind and merciful toward people who are also Christians and go to your church. All people. You especially feel for people who don't know about Jesus or who have been very resistant to that message, but they love you love them and you want them to be with. So you don't come off as pig-headed or a know-it-all or bossy or I'm right and you're wrong. You're gentle. You do know the right things. You do know the right person who will get you into heaven. But you don't come off like it. You come off like you love that other person because you do. Let that be evident to all. Maybe you need some help on being gentler in how you come off to people. Own that. Let it be something, and don't be afraid of saying, yeah, that's something I'm working on. I'm trying to be nicer, not so gruff with people. The last part of this verse is just 3 words. The Lord is near. When we say that God is near, does that make you happy or scared? For people with kind of the split personality of a Christian, where you've got an old nature that's always rebelling and always wants to do stuff that goes against God's law, that part of you hates that God is near. But the other part of you loves that God is near because it's a reminder that he's your good shepherd, and of course he's near you, and of course he loves you, and he's by your side upon the plain, and he is with you, and he's with you always. And all of these gospel reminders of God's calming presence and his saving presence float back to you, and you love to hear that the Lord is near. The other sense is it near like he'll be here any day? So keep being gentle, keep being that Christian witness to people because he's near, he's coming back anytime. Or is it that he's close and he can see everything and he's... Obviously, it is both. Both of them are true. Maybe the time sense works a little bit better here. These are kind of wrapping up this letter in chapter 4. Paul's already thinking of heaven, and he's using that as a reminder and an encouragement for the Philippians. He's coming soon. We'll be there in that inheritance in God's kingdom very soon. In fact, you know that whatever trials you're going to have to undergo in this life are just such a tiny blip in the whole history of your eternal life that you can get through it. Of course, He's near. He'll be here before we know it. These days are going to fly by. The years are going to go even faster. And the Lord is near, and we're going to be in heaven so soon. You can be gentle to people for a short bit. You can come off as nice even when it kind of is rough. It's tough to do. Just don't exercise authority as the Christian know-it-all in the room. Be loving and gentle because you know that your Savior is going to be here any day, and you want those people to be in heaven with you. Next verse is going to be great. We'll save it for tomorrow, though. God bless you and be with you until next time.